So I recently got my amazing Google Pixel 4 thanks to Team Pixel, and it was a gift from Google and I love it. I have been using it for a couple of weeks and it's actually taking over my iPhone in some perspectives. It's easier to use. The unlocking system is absolutely amazing, and I can't complain about the picture. The quality of picture is really good on this phone. But I decided to. I have Verizon for all my phones. My family, we all have Verizon, and I decided to change it up a bit. And instead of getting a line from my Verizon for my Google Pixel, I decided to go with Google Fi. I mean, a phone that is made by Google deserves a line that is by Google. So I went ahead and I ordered my Google Fi. Now, a couple of days later, let me just say the process of getting the SIM card and getting the account was hassle free. It was very easy. And a couple of days later, I received my Google Fi and it came out like this. You have your SIM card and you have a couple of pamphlet that explains what you need to do, how to set it up. And surprisingly, they included a SIM ejector, which was nice. It's always nice when they add these little touches to it. That just makes your life easier, because when I got it, I did not know how to open the SIM card slot, even though my phone came with a SIM ejector, but some reason I threw it out and I didn't have any ejector. So put that aside, I got the phone and I set it up. First of all, it was hassle free. The only thing that I kind of didn't like about it was the fact that I didn't have an option to choose my number. Now, I'm sure you could call in and then wait on the line, change the number down the line if you're not happy with it. But the one thing that I like with Verizon or any other carrier is that when you go to get your phone, it's not as easy as just online push of a button. But when you're talking to someone and getting your phone, they're gonna give you a couple of options and then you pick the best one out there. With Google Fi, it was different. They gave me 3 pre-settings of numbers and I chose 979 for some reason. That's the only numbers that it populated for me, the pre numbers, those first 3 digits. And I went ahead with that. Couple of days later, my SIM card came in and it automatically generated a number for me. Now, the number that I got was really nice. It was a round number, so it was easy to memorize, even though nowadays nobody memorizes a number. But me being old school, I like to have those round number. One thing that me and my wife have and her sisters, all of our number is the same except the last digit is different on everybody's number. So that's something that I really wanted to have, and I wanted to have at least the pre-setting of my old number on it, but didn't happen. Anyway, I got the phone, I inserted SIM card, and it took about 2 minutes to set up with Google Fi Network on the app itself, because Google Fi actually does have an app. If I can bring it up, where is it? Google Fi, yeah. So this is the app for it that you have, and then it has a couple of information right here, and then you could check out your billing. You could shop for phone. I personally got the regular $20 for unlimited talk and text, and I got data as I go because I really don't use data. Although I like to have the LTE and I like to have the option, but I paid $20 for unlimited phone and text, and every gig of data that I use, I pay $10 up to 6 gig. And after that, it's just free. So that's one thing that I like about it. Versus Verizon, you're kind of stuck with those old fashioned plans that it is what it is. Either you like it or you don't. So in terms of that category, I think Google Fi wins it because it gave me a lot of flexibility. But one thing that is not making me completely to switch to Google Fi is that there is a cap. Yes, there is for 6 gig you could use it for free. For 6 gig you could use it when you pay. After that it's free, but then there is a cap to it, which after 15 gig your internet is not gonna be working that well and it's gonna be horrible, basically you can just maybe route Google. uh, that for some people may not be a problem, but for me, last month on my Verizon phone, I used 128 gig of data, and that's a lot of power that I'm getting out of this. It's a lot of Wi-Fi download videos. That's mainly because of what I do. Now, not everybody does this, but in my case and my scenario, I'm not gonna make my solo driver of the day Google Fi just simply because of that data cap. Now, it is perfect for my business phone, and that's what I'm intending to use this for. Especially, it's nice that I don't get any spam calls because this phone, it's literally ringing at least 9 to 10 times a day with spams, and people are trying to sell me either insurance or either somebody stole my identity or they're trying to bring down my credit interest. So in terms of that, this is good. So as a second option for me, this is the best. Now, one thing that I like about this, again, that's another plus to Google Fi, is the way that I can use it when I'm traveling abroad. Now, with Verizon or any other carrier, if you're traveling abroad, you have to pay extra fee. Now, T-Mobile has the best international plan because they support over 240 countries, if I'm not mistaken, if it has changed or not. But again, you have to pay for that. Versus Google Fi, you could travel to up to 120 countries and you are good to go. You don't have to call anybody, you don't have to make any additional changes to your plan. You just travel and you're good to go. You have your US number and you're all set. But again, that's the countries are limited is 120 versus T-Mobile is 240. But with 240, you got to pay a little extra a month. But that's not that bad in terms if you want to kind of do the math of the payment for it. T-Mobile might be a better option, but if you're not traveling to those destinations that are not as popular, you won't have a problem. I mean, Europe, Italy, France, Germany, Dubai, Turkey, all of these countries are covered. They're just little small countries that are not covered. 120 countries. So that's not bad. Again, it goes for what type of a person are you, and then you can figure it out. Now, in terms of cellular connectivity, Google Fi versus Verizon, the LTE is always a little behind, and that's not surprising. That's Verizon. They have a lot of towers versus Google Fi just bounces from tower to tower and they have their own system. But one thing that I like about Google Fi is their roaming feature. And that's in some places that when I go camping that are no signals out there, Google Fi jumps on other carrier and I get signal. Now, in terms of the speed, I have to say their Wi-Fi is not that bad, although not great. But let me just open up Speed app, and then we'll do a little speed test. Now I have both phones. Am I in focus? Yeah. Now I have both phones right here, and we just want to do a little speed test. So we're gonna press go on both of them, and let's see what result we get. Now the iPhone is rocking the Verizon network, and Google Fi is with the Google Pixel 4. Again, both amazing phones out there. I highly respect both phones out there, and I think they're top of the line. So I'm almost done with the testing. The download is the one that takes the longest. And then we're checking the upload on Google Fi, and we have our result. So as you can see, Google Fi is actually faster than Verizon, and that is surprising. But in terms of download, it's faster. If you want to go to upload, Verizon is much faster, and in order to communicate, you need both to be up. So just having your download up doesn't really do that much. You need to have your upload at a higher value as well, and that's just that's the difference between Verizon and Google Fi. It has its own downside. it has a limitation. But for a new company that just came out, Google Fi Project, I think they're doing big things. And in this couple of years that they have been in business and they have been improved, they have been working on Google Fi, it has grown drastically, dramatically. They have grown, and I know in a couple of years, you never know, but they might take over the market and be one of those big ones out there because of how easy it is to get one. But I don't know if that's a plus or if that's a minus. For example, when I wanted to get my Verizon line or AT&T, even T-Mobile, I had to give him social security number, I have to give him address, proof of address, all of those things. Versus Google Fi, they just bam. So that's in terms of getting the spams and anyone having access to a line. I don't know if that's something that I like. Another thing that I did not like about this Google Fi was when I call it. Now, let me call the number so you guys can tell what I mean by calling the number. So when you call the line itself, it starts ringing and then I silent it, and it's still ringing even though I silenced it, I rejected it, but it's gonna ring. And then one thing that I don't like about it is the advertising factors of Google Fi, uh, because I didn't like. Google Fi subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone. So I didn't like it that they're advertising. So if somebody's calling me, I don't want them to know what my network provider is or what my cellular provider is. But and that's what they have in one of those cheap phones that you get from Walmart or Walgreens. When you call them, like Boost Mobile, if I'm not mistaken, it advertises the cellular service that that person is using. And this, I didn't like it. The Google Fi subscriber that you are reaching is not available. That for me was a downfall. And I mean, yes, you could change your voicemail, but didn't really like it. I like to have something nice and clean. Versus if you call Verizon, let's see the difference. Calling Verizon right now. Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. To me, this is nicer. Now, again, this is little minor thing that you could change your voicemail. I never changed my voicemail. I used to do that back in the days, but now that I just go with the automated version that is just generic, except for my business line that I have something generated for it. So ups and downs, price amazing, versatility amazing. The fact that you could use it in multiple countries without any extra charge is absolutely phenomenal. Their internet speed is actually really, really good, and they have some good features inside of their packaging. Customer service was outstanding. The ability to get your Google Fi service was fast and amazingly, unbelievably easy without any actual information. Now, the things that I don't like about it is in terms of their cellular connection. Yeah, it's good, but it's not as good as I can rely on it on my daily drive. Their countries are not covered. It's just a little number, 120 countries versus other carriers that they cover over 240 countries. Uh, the process of getting the phone was too easy, so everybody can get it. That for me opens door for people who want to scam other people. And yeah, there's not a lot of negative side to it, except some things like the 15 gig data cap and those little things that are doesn't really matter to a lot of people. But if you're an average person that just uses the phone as a phone and don't want to deal with hassles of dealing with different companies, I think this is really easy. Another thing that I like is that if you want to cancel your service with all these other line out there, you have to call customer service, explain to them, and just just make it, it's too much. But versus with Google Fi, you just go to your setting, manage plan, and on the bottom you can cancel your service. Always a big plus that everything is so easy. And of course it works not only on Google Fi or Google Pixel, excuse me, but it works in every single phone. So just put it inside the SIM card inside of your desired phone that is unlocked, and then you should be good to go. So that was my review of Google Fi. I really like it. The project Google Fi, it's growing extremely fast, and there's a lot of people surprisingly are using it now because of how easy it is. One downfall that they have is that the phone options that you have, like if you go with Verizon, if you go with T-Mobile or AT&T, you have plenty of options from different companies out there to choose your phone with, and you could manage it on a payment plan. Now Google Fi has that option, but only with their phones. So you could only get payment plan on Google Phone, and I think they have Motorola in there as well, and that's it. So 4 phones are in there for you to pick. Versus if you go to Verizon, they have hundreds of phones. If you go to AT&T, T-Mobile, hundreds of phones. So if you're getting Google Fi, great option, but it's Google fan. It's for Google fan, people who believe in Google, and it's for any average people that uses a phone as a phone, not as a daily drive to run a business or uh, edit video, upload video, and 24/7 stream video. My YouTube and my Netflix are running on my phone 24/7. I finish my charge 2-3 times a day. So this great phone. Find out what you think about it. Let me know in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on Google Fi? Do you use it? Have you ever used it, or have you seen anybody use it? And let's talk about it. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.